Grand Rising, greetings everyone. How are you doing? My name is Naa Amerley Asante-Armar, and you are joining me for today's Real Talk Mothering Sunday series. Um, Whilst you're here, depending where you are joining me from, take 2 seconds, a few seconds, and let me know um, what country you are watching from. It's always great to know where in the world we're connecting with, and also let me know if it's your first time, if you're watching for the series, or you are a regular a regular person. But a welcome to you this Sunday, 18th of April. Um, so who are we? I'm streaming live from Ghana in a number of places, but you're either watching from the Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa platforms, one of those platforms, or from the Speak Up and Empower Africa or Speak Up and Empower platforms. If you are watching us for the first time, Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa is a non-profit organization registered here in Ghana with a growing presence in Nigeria, Zambia, Kenya, Togo, and the UK. Still growing. And our mission simply is to help women and girls to empower themselves on multiple levels, physically, practically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. And that includes politically, but we're not a political organization. Speak Up and Empower and Speak Up and Empower Africa, which we're representing, is one of our partners of Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa. And it is an online membership-based and heart-centered, community-focused organization. And it really centers on building businesses, communities, relationships, all of the things that basically allow people to live their dreams, share their dreams, but basically to make the world a better place. So once again, welcome to Real Talk Mothering Sunday on Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa and Speak Up and Empower. I am waiting for my guest to join us shortly, but that guest is Mr Choongo C.H, a lovely young man who seems to be up to a lot. He's currently studying for a bachelor's degree in his in international relations and diplomacy. That aside, he is a founder of a movement called We Are One movement. And if you've seen the post accompanying this live, then you'll get the link to his channel, Mr Choongo. He's also leader of Australian-based MADDIE Mitchell Foundation in Zambia. He happens to be the leader of our Zambian chapter of Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa, a board member of the Rapid Africa Plan, leader of the Black African Beauty in Zambia, and also leader for Women in CAUCUS for Stewardship, taking up the Zambian leadership. So very, very busy. I'm hoping he will join us here shortly so that we can hear from him how or why he says that his mother has given him the confidence to do basically everything that he is now doing in his life, which is awesome. As I only read out a few of the things that he's doing, so he's up to quite a bit. But it would be great to hear a bit more about where that confidence, or what form that confidence comes in, and why he attributes that to his mother. And so, without further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Choongo C.H to the platform. So please give him a warm virtual welcome. Good afternoon, Mr. Choongo. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Well done for making it. I know sometimes the connectivity and things can be an issue, but it's good to see you. I literally just explained, that you're a student who's up to many things in terms of the various movements and organizations you represent
Sure.
in Zambia, even though the organizations may be in other countries. So would you like to just add a little to your introduction to greet our viewers?
Yeah, of course. Greetings to everyone. My name is Mr. Choongo C.H, as introduced by our able leader and great woman of all time. You know, she's the woman I've respected all from the time that I got to know her, and she's doing quite amazing job out there. And you know, I happen to work with her in some ways, and also I'm a student uh, doing my bachelor's in international relations and diplomas. And also I'm the founder of Africans We Are One movement. And also I'm involved in some different activities in different organizations, international organization. Actually, I'm glad to speak to her on this live show because this is where I'm going to share like how I feel about my mothers and the sisters out there, because you are the origin of everything, I can say. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chungo, for that lovely introduction and for the for the compliments. It's great to be able to speak to you. I was sharing with the viewers that we'd love to hear, and we will hear from you as to why you say that your mother has basically given you the confidence to do everything that you are doing. But before we get there, can you just let us know, explain a bit, like, how is your relationship with your mother? How would you describe it?
How would I describe the relationship with my mother? Of course, it's something that is unexplainable because my relationship with my mother started before I existed. So for me to be alive talking to you is because of my mother, because she decided to make me exist on earth. If she had wanted right when I was still, you know, invisible to men, she would have uh, gotten rid of me. But I'm here talking to you, which means my mother did her best to make me be a human being who I am today. So it's something that I cannot explain, but all what I can say is that my mother or mothers out there, they are the origin of life. Like she is the originator. She made me who I am. So I submit to her anytime, and whenever she needs me, I'm there for her because she is the one who made me exist. And apart from that, you know, my mother taught me to be who I am today because she taught me how to believe in myself. So every time that I talk to her, she always reminds me to say, can you remember when you were still a little boy and I watched you growing, and today I'm seeing you becoming a man? This means a lot to me. Is that from the time that you were a boy, you always asked me questions which I struggled to answer, to say, what really was I born to do? And that question I kept asking my mother, to say, is it that because I'm seeing great men around, but what about me? What is it that I was born to do? But she always told me to say, you know, you were born to be who you are and to serve humanity. And this is the kind of person I'm becoming. So my relationship with my mother is something unexplainable. It's an amazing thing.
Wow, already she sounds like a phenomenal woman. I see already why you say that. Yeah, she's kind of giving you the confidence to do all that you are doing now. Absolutely, kudos to her. What would you say are or how would you say then that your relationship with your mother has kind of shaped the relationships you have with other women and other girls in your life?
Your network wasn't much clear. I don't know whether it's my network here. I could hardly hear your question.
Okay, I will repeat. How would you say that your relationship with your mother has influenced, how you relate to women and girls, or your relationships with women and girls in your life. Was that clearer?
Yes, it's very much clear. But when I look at my relationship with my mother and whatever she have done to my life, and then I look at a woman, like I ask this question as who is a woman in the world? It's only this time, this generation, when we are seeing that women are beginning to fight for their rights, and we are trying to involve ourselves to make sure that we advocate for the equal rights of women and men. Now, how is it, are we going to be fair enough that somebody who made me who I am, like who made me? I'm really sorry, somebody just gave me a direct call. I'm sure the network got cut. So somebody who
That's
really made
okay.
me to be who I am today, I can really sideline when it comes to major and important issues in a country, in the continent, in the world at large. How could that be? It means that if I sideline a woman, it shows that you are sidelining or you are neglecting the future generation, because women, you mothers, you are the first authors of life on earth. You are the conduit of life. We all existed somewhere in the universe. So you are the conduit of life on earth. So you deserve all the respect and everything. So the respect should not be only to my mother, but to other women, because when I was born to interact and meet different people. And therefore, those different people that I'm meeting, they all came from a woman. And whoever like person I meet, I must put into my mind to say, this one, especially women, that this one is the mother of the next generation. And this is why we are saying, let there be equal respect to women. And because of that, I always respect every woman. And I'm sure those who have followed me, that I work with a lot at different women in different organizations. And that's how much I value the women, because I make sure that whoever I meet, I make a woman realize who she is and who really she is on this planet, that she was not only born to be or a subject to a man, but she must be somebody who is able to bring the change that every humanity may need, or the generations are yearning for. That's how I look at a woman.
Yeah, I mean that is powerful. So really, would it be fair to say that, yeah, the way that you see women and girls is no different to how you see your mother?
Definitely, it's not different. And also, there's this relationship between a mother and the son, and also a woman. So a woman and a girl. My mother was once a girl, and she's now a woman, and she's my mother. So it started somewhere. So the way I should look at a woman, at a girl today, I should see and realize that my mother was once like this girl, and she's moving her journey. She's heading somewhere, and she'll be a mother of generations. So the relationship the way I should treat, because I never had chance to exist when she was at that age, when my mother was at that age. So when I look at how a girl is brought up, it should remind me how my mother was also brought up way back. So equally, the respect should be just the same, because this is a future mother of generation. So there is no difference. As long as you are a woman, you deserve all the respect. Be my mother, biological mother, or any woman or mother to others, or maybe a mother to someone, is still my mother. That's why I always call every woman, and most of them, even girls, they laugh at me when I call them to say, you are the mother, and you are my mother, and you are my queen. You know, they laugh, but I always remind them that, you know what, you must realize that you possess all these, because for you to be called a girl today, you know, that same title, it does not just end as to be called a girl. You possess some power to bring up a generation which will go thousands and thousands of years, linked from you, from your womb. And that's how great you are. So that's when I say mothers, I respect women. That's how I look at it. There are generations ahead of this woman, and I must respect those generations.
Wow, that is powerful. And clearly, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, because it's the very reason why you're so passionate, and that you're walking with us in terms of being such an important part of part of Mother's Foundation Africa. So that makes perfect sense. If you had to choose, what would you say are maybe like the three main lessons that you would say you gained from your mother or learned from your mother?
The two, let me just say the first thing that I learned from my mother. You know, when I started the journey like this, uh, my journey as a Pan-Africanist, you know, my mother laid her hands on me and she told me to say, may the spirit of those who stood before you be with you. And you know, when she said that, she sealed everything that I need to do, because I never had time to interact so much with my father. When I realized that I'm a human being, you know, my father passed on like way back. I remained with my mother and I grew up with my mother. And then my mother told me to say, I know that you have something greater which our family have never seen. And I lay hands on your head today to tell you that the spirit of those who stood to fight for humanity will guide you, and you have my full support. So she told, you know, if I hear those words from a mother, because my mother is, I consider her to be my second God. And if there was any other chance for me to choose a God to worship, I would worship my mother, because she brought me here. I am because of my mom. And she told me to say, can you go, and the spirit of those who stood before you will guide you to save humanity. Then, which means I have the authority from my God to do whatever I'm doing. That's why I'm passionate to do it. So it's a big, big, big thing that I've ever received from my mother, and I will never let her down because of that same blessing and those encouraging words, which keeps me moving forward. Another thing that I will never forget is because she gave birth to me. I'm here. You know, if I was born and there was nothing I was able to take for me to be alive, unless to take something direct from my mother. That's how connected. And she just reminded me to say, when you were born, I told the world, I told those who were around me to say, here is a savior of humanity. And after she told me that, I realized that, okay, I received something right when I was born. So why should I regret this life? She told me and she gave me everything to say I can do anything, and I'm living according to her word, according to her blessings. So those are two main things that I will never forget, and that keeps me to move forward, because my mom, you know, sanctified my works right before I existed, and after I was born, she fulfilled those words by telling me to say, you are born to do this. And I'm proud because she did it all. and I'm just following her words now.
Yes, and I see immediately why she is proud. Brother Muzunai Kumaho is also saying all men should see every single woman as their own mother. This is powerful, Mr. Choongo C.H. And I echo that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
You said some things earlier which were in terms of how I look at perhaps guidance, you know, for your mothers, your mother figures, the women out there. But is there anything particular that you would like, you know, any particular message that you would like to give to the mothers and mother figures, the women and girls out there?
Definitely, because the main problem that has been there, because you know, we have been slaves to our culture, like our culture or some other socialization spaces. Like they told us to say a woman is, or a woman, I don't know if I can still be heard because
Yeah.
I can't see my host here. You know, we live in a world where we have been told that a woman must be second to a man. And this have limited a lot of mothers out there. They think that because they are told that they are second to men, they are not able to participate, or they are not supposed to participate in some activities. Now, when we say we need to sideline, or when we sideline our women or our mothers from all our activities or from all prominent of or decisions that we make towards the agenda of this world, it means that we are baking a half-baked, like we are making a half-baked cake, because it needs to be fully baked, and we need to be all at the same level for us to achieve a common goal. So here is somebody who was given by the God to bring life on earth, and is responsible to bring up or to mold a character in a human being, and then is sidelined from making, you know, from making decisions or from making any future, you know, progressive decisions in prominent positions, is sidelined. So what are we going to come up at the end of the day? So we need to really begin to rethink the way we perceive these women issues or women matters. So women out there, it's high time that we begin to change the mentality or the mindset that have been taught to every mother right from the birth, to say you are lower than a man. Of course, we cannot deny the fact that there could be some limitations which are in a woman today, because they have been designed to be that way. But we are here to break those barriers and those narratives and beliefs that a woman is lower and is not able to do some certain things. So we men now, right, as men, we need to begin to give a space to women to thrive in our, you know, all our activities that are perceived to be only for men, to give them a conducive space for them to thrive and do that is which is right, and that which we are also able to do as men. And by doing so, it will mean that we have empowered the entire communities, the nations, the continent, and the world at large, because we all be at the same level to achieve our common goal, which is making this world a better home for every humanity.
Thank you so much. Yeah, there is a lot there. The mindset does come up a lot, and I'm glad that you recognize that there are some limitations, because, you know, it's I would say sometimes to be able to work on our mindset, it is I actually think that it's a privilege. because to be in a space where you can do that, you have to have your basics covered. You know, you need to not be worrying about where you're going to sleep, what you're going to eat, how you're going to clothe your
Of
children,
course.
all these things. So I'm glad that you recognize that that's where we want to be, but there are some obvious limitations. Thank you. And so I guess just before we wrap up, equally, what would you like? Is there a message that you have or that you would like to give to your fellow brothers, our sons, the men?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because you know what, I've been a victim of this narrative and these teachings that you ought to be higher than a woman and you need not to give chance to a woman to give or maybe to suggest anything which may overrule you as a man. You know, I've been a victim to this and I've been taught in different ways. And I don't blame any man or any son out there who thinks that a woman is a second human being to a man. It's because that's how culture has taught us, or that's how our setup, or you know, how we were brought up. It's because we have that mentality. So the simple message that I have, but so effective, is that let us realize that we have no monopoly of wisdom as men. We also need to learn. We have a lot to learn from our mothers because they know us right from the beginning. They know our character. Actually, they put our character, you know, character or behavior is as a result of an environment where you were born from. So, who puts a character in us? It's a woman because we lived maybe 7 to 10 years close to our mother without a direct contact to our father. We learned almost everything. We learned our language direct from our mother. And after some years, that's when we began to be close to our fathers. And so a mother did her best to mold or to put a behavior in us. So we are or we behave the way we behave today because our mother designed us or taught us how to behave. And that's how we are today. So when we bring out issues of our mothers and our women, we must realize that we are nothing without our mothers. We are nothing without our mothers. So we are only become who we are because of what they did to us from the time we were born. That's why we are here. So there's this narrative of saying we need to be above women. This is the high time that we begin to change that mindset now as men. Let us begin to change that narrative. Let us begin to change that belief for us to create a society that will welcome the ideas of a woman. Those are the constructive ideas because she's somebody who has the capacity to mold and make somebody be a human being who can be respected across the world. So our woman is the second God for me, then my second creator on earth here. So let us value our women. That's my message to our men.
Thank you so much, Mr. Choongo. I think we are about time now. Yeah, I can only echo a lot of what it is that you have said, both to our women, our mothers and mother figures, and our men, or as I call them, our sons, my sons. So thank you very much for being here. How can people contact you if they need to before you run off?
Okay, so for those who would want to follow my page, I'm sure that's the question.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So my page is at sure. So my page or my all my social media platforms is Mr Choongo C.H. So Mr Choongo C.H is my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook page, Mr Choongo C.H. They can follow me there. If they would want to contact me, of course, it's at +260-971-450945. That's my WhatsApp line. Just feel free, contact me at any time. I'm always online. We can link up and get to work together. And for those who would want to maybe find out more about what we have been doing, after contacting me, we'll be able to send you all the information, and you can contact our guest here. She can always link out to me. So yeah, we are happy to work with you. Those who would want to join us, please feel free, contact us, and let's work and save our world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Choongo. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you to the viewers watching live and on replay. Tune back in next week, 2 p.m. GMT on Sunday for Mothering Sunday series. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day and the new week. Take care.
Thank you.